Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, ask and answer a question, and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Birth Defects Awareness Month, and I'm going to touch base on all that later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which Superman villain did Brainiac once fuse together with in Superman number 423 in 1986? Well, the correct answer is Lex Luthor. And 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their name's been entered in the drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is... Marie Alderman from Shreveport, Louisiana. So congratulations, Marie. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is an X-Men question. Which college did Iceman and Archangel attend after they left the X-Men? Is it A, UCLA, B, Baylor, or C, Maine? Alright, here's some hints to help you out. The first hint is that this college was founded in 1919. It is the only leading research institution in the U.S. that was started in the 20th century. The second hint, this college's colors are true blue and gold, and were chosen specifically to represent the state's ocean and wildflowers. The third hint, and this is one for my fellow band nerds. The name of this college's fight song is The Sons of Westwood. Alright, and the fourth hint, famous athletes who attended this college were Jackie Robinson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton, Reggie Miller, Troy Aikman, Baron Davis, and Russell Westbrook. And then the fifth and final hint, other famous alumni of this college are John Williams, Francis Ford Coppola, James Horner, Mark Harmon, and Carol Burnett. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask, any questions?
Questions I walk around in, questions I can thrive in, questions I will survive in, questions.
This question comes from James Muse from Arlington, Texas. He asks, how long does it take you to produce an episode? Well, James, the short answer to that is half a day. But I'm just going to go ahead and be brief about some of the steps that I take when it comes to producing an episode from start to finish. It usually starts off with the most important things, buying comics. Now, where I buy comics is at Excalibur Comics in Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm a proud customer there. I've been a customer there for off and on since I was in high school, but I've been a customer there exclusively for 6.5 years. And really love those folks there. And for all you folks that live in East Texas, there's also a location in Texarkana on the Texas side. But then right after that, I also have to decide on which fight request I want to go with. Sometimes it's requests from viewers, and when there's an instance where they don't request one, I have to make one up on my own. And then I have to decide on a free tee question of the week for the next episode. And yeah, but all of that, and I did the math ever since you submitted this question. It takes me up to about half a day. But let me tell you something, it may take half a day, but that's the best half a day ever, every week. All right, now James has a question for episode 510, but I'm going to save that for that episode. Really loving these questions y'all are asking me. Be sure that they have to do with comic books or anything within the realm, or me in terms of the hobby, or me in terms of the show. But please, sir, please, ma'am, no tasteless or personal questions. I will neither ask nor answer them here on this show. All right, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman number 4. All New Venom number 2. The Amazing Spider-Man number 65. Really excited about this book, folks. He's back! Aquaman number 1. Batman and Robin number 17. NYX number 7. Ultimate Black Panther number 12. The Uncanny X-Men number 8. And finally, Wolverine number 5. Alright, that's 9, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 13,378. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode, and here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which college did Iceman and Archangel attend after they left the X-Men? Is it A, UCLA, B, Baylor, or C, Maine? Now here's the hints once again to help. The first hint is that this college was founded in 1919. It is the only leading research institution in the U.S. that was started in the 20th century. The second hint, this college's colors are true blue and gold, and were chosen specifically to represent the state's ocean and wildflowers. The third hint, the name of this college's fight song is The Sons of Westwood. For all you band nerds, you should be able to get that, especially if you went to the college. Alright, the fourth hint, famous athletes who attended this college are Jackie Robinson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Walton, Reggie Miller, Troy Aikman, Baron Davis, and Russell Westbrook. And then the fifth and final hint, famous alumni of this college are John Williams, Francis Ford Coppola, James Horner, Mark Harmon, and Carol Burnett. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show, and congratulations to Marie Alderman from Shreveport, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. Alright, now this month is Birth Defects Awareness Month. Now, birth defects are structural changes present at birth that can affect almost any part of the body. They may affect how the body looks, works, or both. Birth defects can cause problems in overall health, body development, or how the body works, and they may range from mild to serious health conditions. Birth defects can happen at any time during pregnancy, but most happen during the first 3 months of pregnancy, which is also known as the first trimester, when a baby's organs are forming. Now, birth defects also can happen in pregnancy, or later in pregnancy rather, when a baby's organs are still growing and developing. About 1 in 33 babies, which is roughly 3% is born with a birth defect in the U.S. each year. Some birth defects don't need treatment and can be treated easily. But other birth defects need quick treatment because they can cause serious problems or even death. Now, the most common birth defects are cleft lip and cleft palate, clubfoot, congenital heart defects, gastroschisis, which is a birth defect of the abdominal wall, hearing loss, microcephaly, which is when a baby's head is smaller than usual, and neural tube defects, or NFTs, which are birth defects of the brain and spinal cord. Now, the cause of most birth defects to this day is currently unknown. And I personally know some folks that were born with birth defects. I personally know some parents or some people whose children were born with birth defects. And if you're watching this and you happen to be anyone else that I don't know that has a birth defect or has a family member living with a birth defect, I love y'all, and this episode is for y'all. Alright, this is a birth defects awareness comic hero tee. And if you would like one, you can find them on iamthecomichero.com/shop for $20, and I will donate half of each purchase to the March of Dimes. Alright, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode 509, I'm going to show some love to whoever wins the college football national championship game. It's either going to be the University of Notre Dame or the Ohio State University. And then on episode 510, I'm going to raise awareness of cervical cancer. I personally know some women that have beaten cervical cancer, and I personally know some women that have lost their lives to cervical cancer, and I know their families. Then on episode 511, I'm celebrating Black History Month. And then on episodes 512 through 514, I'm celebrating Mardi Gras, y'all. Mardi Gras is one of my favorite holidays, and this whole desk is going to be decked out in Mardi Gras decor, and then right back there will be the Mardi Gras tree. This has been a tradition on the show for some time, and I'm going to continue to do it every Mardi Gras season. Oh, and also, while I'm thinking about it, the New Year Comic Hero tee is currently still on the website. It's going to be on the website for a very long time, and they're $20 if you would like one. They're $20 no matter what size, and I will donate half of each purchase to the New Orleans New Year's Day Tragedy Fund, because the city of New Orleans, even though it's been 2 weeks since this happened, they're still reeling from it. There's still families who are laying their family members to rest. There's still folks who are injured that are still recovering. And to the city of New Orleans, I love y'all, and y'all will see me. And I just want to love on New Orleans right now. And then also, while I'm thinking about it, keep in mind Los Angeles, especially Pacific Palisades. For the last few weeks, they have been terrorized with a series of wildfires, and they have taken the lives of over 24 people. And with that in mind, I'm on the next episode 509, I'm going to do a mystery pop-up segment where I'm going to show some more love to these people. And I'm also going to wear a Comic Hero tee in observance, and that tee will also be a product on iamthecomichero.com/shop, so y'all stay tuned for that. Folks, I love just showing love to people. I love sharing my love for comic books and then for life with y'all, and I'm going to continue doing so. And yeah. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, it's been announced that the second annual Louisiana Delta Comic Con will be later this year on November 8th in Monroe, Louisiana. Now, as far as I know, there hasn't been any other info given out except for what day it's going to be on. But as soon as I find out more, I will let y'all know. Alright, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. As soon as you're done, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the East Texas Comic Con Fans Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Creators Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Noli on the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 509. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.